Alright, YouTube fans, this is Gardening with Vincenzo here, and today I'm going to demonstrate how we put together the perpetual strawberry gardens and plant a bare root dwarf fruit tree. These are the tubs that I use. We're going to turn it over. We're going to take our handy dandy drill. We're going to pull a wood bit and we're going to drill some holes in it. And I'm going to put 1-inch holes in it. I love this Black & Decker. He's quick, easy to use. I have a nice long bit that I usually keep in him. And there he is, ready to go. First thing we're going to do is right on the side where I drilled pilot holes, we're going to take this on an angle. You can see that or not, but they're on an angle on the side, so when this sits down on the ground, the water will slowly drain out, because you don't want these to become swimming pools and root rot your brand new tree. The next thing that I do is I take regular coarse cedar chips and I put several inches right in the bottom of the tub. And you really want about 2 or 3 inches. Don't be afraid. Throw it in there. We've got about 2 inches in there. Next thing we want to do is we want to take a little bit of grow mix. This is the kind I get right at Agway. It has the antifungal. The cedar chips on the bottom will keep the bugs from going inside it since you drilled a hole in it, and the layer of the potting soil keeps it loose for the expanded fine root growth on the tree. And today what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant this very nice Honeycrisp apple. Now he's been soaking for a couple days in a bucket of water. Now, these were nice trees. These came from Stark Brothers nurseries, and they had a buy 4 get one free, minimal shipping. I got them before like the second week in March. And as you can note, here is the graft right here. This is the growth of the Honeycrisp, and this has a nice root growth on it. You can see it's been snipped. You know, they got him done up nice. He's a nice straight tree. He has a couple branches already for the scaffolding, and make sure that you mark them appropriately so that you know what kind of a tree you have in there. All right, what we want to do is we want to bury him right to about right here, right to about right there. We want pretty much the whole top of the graft wound where it healed and adhered via the cadmium layer that was on the original rootstock. I don't know what kind of rootstock they use. I have a feeling from the thickness of this that it was probably one of the Geneva dwarf rootstocks. Maybe a Geneva 11 as opposed to an M27. I mean, I could be wrong on that because I didn't inquire, but this is a nice set of roots. We're going to kind of spread them out so that the roots will stretch out. The container, the tub is perfect size for this. We'll get him in there and he'll be just like that. So let's begin. All right, I have some regular inexpensive potting soil here, and this is a stay green. It says flower and vegetable garden soil, but I'm going to use it because I don't have any of my own soil made up yet. And again, it's early in the spring here. I'm going to dump half a bag of that in. And for anybody who does a little bit of growing, this is the tool that you want right here. You know, you can dig with it, you can weed with it, you can mix with it. It's just nice, it's ergonomic. I recommend this tool. I don't even remember what the brand name is, but when I saw it, I bought it. And we're just going to break this up. Most garden soils do not have a lot of organic material that's already in them. And so when I break this up, and again, I'm without a cameraman here, so I hope you can see me here. I tried to position myself well. So you want to add some organics in there. You know, a slow growing or a slow release fertilizer is a great thing to have, and I just happen to have some. Let me grab it from the garage. All right, and on one of my other videos you saw me saying about multi-using plastic. Well, this is a Romano Parmesan mixed cheese. It's been rinsed out, but it has the nice dispenser so you can just shake it like that. I love having multiple uses out of plastic. All right, here we go. We're going to mix some more of the regular potting soil in there. Now, this was an Agway bale. It has that anti-fungal, anti-mold mycohydra chiazai, or however you pronounce that. And so we're just going to mix this up. You know, we want to have the best starting mix that we can for planting the tree. And we want it loose enough that we can water it or fertilize it or do whatever we want to do after it's actually in the tub. I use the ones with the handles. After I put them where I want them, I'll cut the handles off because I just don't like how they look. But in the meantime, you can pick them up and you're good to go. All right, we're going to put some more of the rest of this bag of the potting soil. And again, I'm going to add some of the seeding blend here, and we're just going to mix it up. Now, this soil that was in the yellow bag does have some organics in it. You know, if I had some mushroom manure, mushroom compost, I would use that. I'm doing this in the garage or in the driveway because I have my stuff stored in the garage. I'm hoping that the volume here, since I don't have an external mic hooked up, is okay. So if it isn't, forgive me. And just like I do in the kitchen when I'm making meatloaf with my ground meat, I just spin it. And mix. And again, I'm going to take my shaker and just shake a little of this timed release fertilizer in there. So until it establishes its own bacterial hosts, and like regular soil, which it will with the rain will add the bacteria and stuff into it. If I had some fish emulsion, I'd use that. I could put manure in this, but I don't like to put manure in with my fruit trees. You always worry about the E. coli. I'll till it into the soil, you know, usually the year before in the fall time when I'm cleaning out the chicken coop. All right, we are going to take our Honeycrisp and we are going to push some of this soil to the center, out of the center, onto the sides. And we're going to go for positioning. This is your main root stock. We want to kind of untangle the roots, which I kind of previously did. And we're going to set him in there nice and straight. And we don't want him sticking too far above the level. All right, he's in there. I want him centered. Kind of push your roots where you want them. And then I just rock it. It takes the air out of the spaces. Usually firms up where the tree is going to be. And then I'm going to take some more of this store-bought and I'm going to add some of that into there. This also has the white vermiculite in it, but it hasn't completely thawed out yet, even though I had it in the garage for several days. Trying to make too much of a mess here. I do like the level of where the graft is located. I don't like the position yet, but we want to get him pretty positioned nicely. I like to leave about an inch or so from the top of the barrel so when the water hits, it doesn't just wash everything right out. Although you shouldn't have that problem if you properly drain this with the holes, which you saw me do. All right, now we're going to use the rest of our potting mix. We're going to spread that out over the top. Crunch up any of the balls that are in there, and I'll tell you why we're doing this. Because we're going to plant our strawberries right now. But first, you can either use the cedar chips on the top of this for a natural, you know, kind of barrier, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually add some red mulch here. And I just happen to have some. All right, that's plenty. Now, after I have this all done, I'm going to drag it back into the garage where it won't have to succumb. These happen to be GMO-free, All-Star, which is the species, and it is a June bearing. Now, I was going to put quinault in here for the runners, but I'm not sure where I want this yet. If I wanted to produce the perennial strawberry fields forever, then I would use the quinault. The runners would come off. I'd put several concentric rings, sit this on the top, and then just let them work their way down. You take the little ones that they shoot off, just snip them, move them, and put them somewhere else. You have perpetual strawberries. But these are going to be June bearing, and they generally come with the gum band wrapped around them, and basically what you're getting is just rootings. Just take the gum band off, open them up, and see what you got. Now, they haven't started to put out yet, so that's a good thing. So what we're going to do, remember we had about 2 inches of nice soil in there. We're just going to poke a little hole in there and shove them down. Bring the mulch around them. Again, you want the root levels bound to the top. You can see where the top of the strawberry is. I'm going to put, I think, 6 in here. And after they get watered, they'll be good to go. This is a great way to combine fruit, like apple trees, with strawberries. It's a great way to do that. The red mulch kind of throws the birds off as far as eating the berries too. So we'll just go around the periphery about every 6 or 8 inches here. And we'll put that in there. I got one more to do. Lost a little bit of root there, that's okay. And here's another one right here. All right, and what we do, give it a good shake. Position your tree well. Push them down in the center. It makes like a little well. And he's pretty done. All you gotta do is put him in a good spot. We're gonna give him a good watering. And I'm gonna drag him back in here because it's still a little bit too cold here yet. Gather up all my stuff. And we're basically done. So again, another gardening with Vincenzo. We can save this planet 1 yard at a time, beginning with your own. Push the envelope. Get out of your all too comfortable zone. grow as a person, plant a garden, and you are what you eat, and fresh is always best. Signing off. Be safe out there. It's getting crazy.